Okay. Let's go. So exercise 1, read the quotes. Read these quotes which give different opinions about how news is consumed. And exercise 2, match statements 1 to 4 with quotes A to D, right? So last time we already fixed numbers 1 and 2 already. Now let's move on to number 3. Tự, right? Your turn, right? Number 3, is that? Yeah? Okay, read that.
Teenagers are only interested in news about actors and pop stars.
Yes, teenagers are only interested in news about actors and pop stars. And the answer is C. The answer is C. Okay. Yes, that's right. Okay, now we cannot just say A, B, C, D, right? We must give the reasons for that. Now tell me, why did you choose C? That means you need to give me some kind of similar phrases or words, right? Yeah, comparing the statements and also the quotes here, and give me the reasons why you choose that.
The statement said that teenagers interested in news about actors and pop stars. Let's mention about entertainment news.
Yeah. Now just give me some words and phrases which are similar to which part of the statement. For example, something like teenagers. Teenagers is similar to youngsters, right? Teenagers means youngsters, right? What else? Now, I want to say something like interested in news. Where is that?
That's the same words.
What?
It keep the meaning in the same words. Interested in news.
Yeah, where is that? Where can you find that things? Okay, make it easier. Actors and pop stars, where can you find that in quote C?
It means entertainment news.
Actors and pop stars means entertainment news.
Entertainment.
Yes, okay. Yeah, makes sense. So actors and pop stars means entertainment news, right? How about only interested in?
They might be interested in.
Yeah, not enough. The only news they might be interested in. Okay? The only news they might be interested in means only interested in news. Okay? And about actors and pop stars means entertainment news. See? Yeah. So you can mark those sentences or phrases, and then you know, okay, so that is the reason why we chose C, right? All right, number 4, Minh. What's the answer?
I think it's B.
Yeah, the answer is B. The older generation don't know how to read the news using the internet, right? Okay, why?
In the B paragraph, I see generally they don't know how to access the news online.
Generally, they don't know how to access news online. That's not enough.
They buy the newspaper as a method of habit.
Not enough.
All of it.
Yeah, kind of all of it. Do you know why?
Because they are the.
Do you know why I need the first sentence, not just the second one?
Because the out of age 60 plus is meant to similar to the older generation.
Exactly, right? The older generation means adults aged 60 plus, right? If you don't read that, or if you don't say that, so if you just read the second one, generally they don't know how to access news online. It doesn't make any sense, right? Because here they just mentioned they. Who are they? I don't know. Okay? So we need the first one as well. Adults age 60 plus. Okay, so that means the older generation. Now, don't know how to read the news using the internet. Where is that? Don't know how to read the news using the internet. Where is that? Mình. First of all, don't know how to read the news.
I think because they want how to use the technology stuff.
No, don't explain outside. Just focus on the paragraph here, the quote.
Because they don't want how to use internet.
No.
To access it.
No. Ý thầy đang nói các bạn là tìm những cái câu cụm từ đồng nghĩa giữa cái statement với lại cái quote. Bạn không cần giải thích gì bên ngoài hết. Ok. Ý thầy đang hỏi là những câu nào, cụm từ nào trong cái statement đồng nghĩa với khúc nào. Ví dụ như bạn tìm được the older generation đồng nghĩa với adult age 60 plus. Ok. Now, bây giờ thầy cần cái khúc đồng nghĩa của don't know how to read the news. Thì đồng nghĩa với khúc nào ở trong cái phần B đó? Ok, sau kia, tell me, what?
They don't know how to access news.
Yeah, they don't know how to access news. Okay? They don't know how to access news. And which one means using the internet? Online, right? Using the internet, that means online. So as long as you know exactly which part, then you know that is the answer. Okay? Okay, now tip number 2. Ngọc Anh, read that.
In the reading test, you may be asked too much information in the question with information in the text. However, the text will be longer between 750 and 950 words, and you will need to match the question to a paragraph.
Yes, okay. So in the reading test, you may be asked to match information in the questions with the information in the text. So this is what we have to do. Okay, matching heading. That's what we call matching heading. And however, the text will be longer, between 750 and 950 words. And you will need to match the question to a paragraph. This is just one example, right? Some example. In fact, the real test should be much longer than this. Okay? So, because you have to read something very long, so you need to figure out the place where you can find some similar words and phrases. Okay? Because many parts, they are very similar to each other, so you need to figure out exactly which one. Now, number 3, exercise 3, look at the quotes again, and with a partner, discuss whether you agree or disagree with each speaker. Okay? Now, just discuss with your partner. For example, quote A. You read that, and then you need to discuss whether you agree or disagree with this. Like, since the birth of the internet, access to local and world news has become possible 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is having an increasingly negative impact on society, and consequently, we have all become news addicts. Okay? Now discuss with your partner, guys. What, Ngọc Anh? What's your question?
I don't know whether
You don't know.
I don't know what they say about.
Oh, you don't understand what they're talking about. Okay, so first of all, guys, you need to understand exactly what is it talking about before discussing, right? Now, can someone explain this to me? Paragraph A. Quote A. Quỳnh Anh, you can sit next to Ngọc Anh and do it. Now, quote A. Can someone explain that to me? Can someone explain this to me? If you understand this 100%, explain this to me, because that's what your friend is asking, right? Now, tell me.
I think when we have the internet and the news will show on the internet available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So maybe I can say Sarah, she feel that people will consume these news and like she will think it's a negative impact on people and maybe it will become addiction.
Yeah. So Ngọc Anh, so the first part you understand, right? Since the birth of the internet, you understand until there? Yeah, since the birth of the internet, access to local and world news has become possible 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So in short, that means since the birth of the internet, that means that when human has the internet, we all can read the news at any time. Okay? Every single day we can read the news, or we can get the news easily, anywhere, anytime, easily. And this person, Sarah, she's afraid of what? This is having an increasingly negative impact on society. That means that she thinks that may affect the society badly, right? And this is because I really like this word, increasingly. You see the way. So this is very good for your writing as well. This is having an increasingly negative impact. I mean that kind of impact is happening frequently or daily, and it keeps increasing. You understand? And because of that, consequently, that means finally we have all become news addicts. That means that we all just want to read the news. We want to see something new all the time. So news addicts, that means you cannot stop. Just like many people when they like smoking, they cannot quit. They just have to smoke all the time. Or someone like they love drinking, they just have to, they just need to keep drinking every single day. Okay. So like social media like Facebook or TikTok on YouTube. So I guess that many people these days we kind of use them frequently, right? And many people they spend like even many hours for those things, right? So we can say that we are kind of being addictive to those things. Okay. So now you already understand that. Now please discuss with your friend and say whether you agree or disagree with us. So I can give you some kind of ideas. You can say, well, I totally agree because now these days I myself feel like I just have to use my phone all the time. I don't know what I'm doing. Even sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. I just pick up the phone and then just try to read something, and then by the time I recognize that, it's only like 1 hour or 30 minutes already without doing anything meaningful or something. So if in case you agree with that, or on the other side, you can say that, well, it doesn't always give the negative impact to the society. I think that it can give some positive impact on the society as well. For example, like if I want to search for this, I want to search for that, I can easily find it online. Okay? For example, if I need any kind of materials to study about this or that, I can easily get access to the materials compared with a long time ago. For example, like before the birth of the internet, if you want to read a book, or if you want to get any news, or you want to read something to get some kind of information, where can you find it? Where?
Paper.
Yeah, you can read it on the newspaper, or you have to go to the library, or you have to read it from the books, right? But these days, probably you don't need to do that. You can easily use Google, and also these days AI, they work very effectively, you know. So I just give you some kind of ideas, like you can either say you agree with that or you disagree with that. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Now please discuss. That would be very helpful for your speaking test and also for writing test as well. Okay. Now discuss, guys. Go. 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 Someone just go.
Since we have the access to the
Tức là mình nói coi mình đồng ý với cái luận điểm đó hay không, hay là mình không đồng ý với luận điểm đó và tại sao. Ok.
Possibly access to all the news that we can collect, or that the news can interfere and since that you be addicted to internet because you feel you always want to look into the news as you can. You just want to get the news, the sharp news, anything on the news.
Because we can access to the information whenever we can, or whenever we need the information, and generally it's not an addiction because we just find this information, or we see that news about a short time, just go through that, then we don't focus on this in detail, and we don't focus on how they run this thing.
It's almost correct because almost the older generation, they don't have access in the internet or use internet, but especially there are some rare group of older generation, they know how to use the internet, and they use it as an expert. This quote is just nearly correct. It's not almost correct in the fact that they don't know how to access in the news online because no one told them or teach them to use it.
Ngọc Anh, if you say that like 50%, you agree, 50% you agree with that, and not 50% you say that you disagree. It's okay, but you have to explain both. If because you agree in this, you agree at some points and you disagree at some other points, right? Then you have to discuss about both. But if you totally agree, like 100% agree with this or 100% disagree with this, then you should give the reasons for only one. Okay, now let's try only one, the first one first. Now, who wants to say it first? Who wants to tell me about quote A? Because if you do for quote A, then somebody else will do quote B, C, and D. You don't have to do it. Now, who wants to tell me? Very easy. Tự, Minh, who? Okay, Tự, go. Tell me. Do you agree or disagree with this?
I generally disagree. Because when we use and consume the news, it's not only the negative impact, but also have many positive perspective.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is provide us new information about like about the country
Mm-hmm.
politics, and the second one is we know more information about around us.
Yeah.
And why I agree is it's become an addiction. It's maybe from the old generation.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have nothing to do at home,
Yeah.
so they sit and watch TV, watch the news, maybe all day.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, thank you. All right, now let's move on to quote B, and then you need to discuss quote B with your partner. Okay. Now, quote B: adults age 60 plus buy a daily newspaper as a matter of habit. Generally, they don't know how to access news online. Do you agree or disagree with this? Discuss. Discuss. Yeah, try to talk as much as possible. Talk. Don't stop. Right. Think about it.
They buy newspaper in every single day when they see a person who sell it or go through their house. But the one, the reason why I agree with that, the youngster, they know how to use technology, so they run the online website as good. So they can instruct their parents or grandparents in their family how to use and access it easily.
Because maybe the adult age 60 plus in the past, maybe at that time they don't have the internet or computer to
Nowadays, the number of the older generation know how to access and use internet is increased days by days.
they
So
only read the newspaper.
they know how to use it, access to it, because
Like listening
the
to the
younger
radio.
generation,
So
their son,
when
child,
when
told and teach them how to use it. And
when more
the
internet,
fact incorrect is like in
phone,
some of the
they
places
don't know how to use that
in the mountain
or
or
to
forest,
extract
the
information.
people they live there, they do not have much
maybe
money to
they will have
buy the internet or have access to the internet, so they not really teach them to use it. So they kind of correct because in that place they don't know how to use it because they don't have the they don't have something to they don't have anything to access to.
You can discuss the next one if you want.
addicted to internet and social media. The thing they just want to know about it just surrounded by social media and the like spam news or fake news.
Okay, now.
Just the news around them.
Yeah. Now I need to hear this. Quote B from one of you. You did that already, so another person, please. B. Who? You. Okay, go. Thiên Nga, go. Yeah.
I totally agree with this statement that when old people in the age of 16 plus, they might be get in struggle with the when they read the news on the internet, because in the past they used to read the newspapers through the paper, like the feeling when they're holding it. So I think nowadays when the high technology advance, they would not familiar with the feeling of holding the paper, and I think they might get in trouble when they access the news online.
Yeah. And then if you want to convince people even more, then you can give some examples. Okay. You can read some example, like for example, some people I know these days they still read the newspaper, the printed newspaper, not anything online, because some of them don't even have a smartphone, or they don't even know how to use a computer or a laptop. So there's no way they can read the news online. Okay. Yeah, something like that. Okay, very good. Now C, guys. Youngsters these days aren't interested in the news and spend most of their time on social media sites. They don't buy a newspaper or watch a regular TV bulletin. The only news they might be interested in is entertainment news. Do you agree or disagree with this? When you say, well, I totally agree, then you have to say that, well, these days I agree that youngsters, they are not very interested in the news and spend most of their time on social media sites. For example, they keep using Facebook, TikTok, and blah blah all those things. So if you agree with that, and you have this one is quite hard, guys, because it mentioned like many points. The first thing you have to discuss about youngsters, they are not interested in the news. If you say agree, then you have to say why or how you see it, something like that. And they spend most of their time on social media sites. Why do you know? Yeah, if you agree, then you have to explain that. And then the next point, they don't buy a newspaper or watch a regular TV bulletin. You say, they don't buy a newspaper anymore. They don't even use a TV, or they don't watch TV anymore. Instead, they just use their phone or their smartphone, or they just use a laptop or computer or whatever for this reason or for that reason. Okay, and then the next point, the only news they might be interested in is entertainment news. If you agree, then you say that what kind of entertainment news? Maybe they just want to read the news about some famous actors or pop stars or artists, something like that. And then you have to explain. So this one is quite hard and quite long as well, because you have to mention about all of the points there. If you say you agree or disagree, it's a lot. Okay? So take your time and discuss. Go. Cái phần C dài ha, các bạn discuss cho kỹ không? Câu.
Myself, people in a small group not kind in this type of content. We just focus on the important things, and something is more especially for our life, and today is
Now teenagers
13 April 13. In our country, they celebrate very big day about the winning and the day of the freedom of our country. The news they run
and they
simply like the free news. They not sell the news. They just put it. They print it and they put it for free. That's a poster and lots of youngsters like us go around the city to just come and just claim it and put it at home for like put it on the wall for the poster. We just like put it like a souvenirs, and in that day we watch the life of the TV bulletin of that celebration. So in this point it's just highly almost correct.
So maybe they don't want to spend money to buy this.
Boring regular TV. Sometimes newspaper information or what you can regular TV. Of course, because nowadays they have smartphones, so which one can use this easily to access the rather than just read the company newspaper. Let me check.
Yes. Yes, finished? Okay. Now, who will tell me this? See. Okay, go, Minh.
In this code, I could say that it's just nearly 95% of correct.
Okay.
Because the fact of the youngsters these days, they just almost like they want to know the things around by social media. They just want to know like their idols, the famous person dramas or some kind of weird stuff like that. And same as me in a small group of the people, they're not like into it. We just focus on the important news and the thing that make it fashion for our life. Is we still not addicted to, not nearly addicted to internet. And for the second, they don't buy the newspaper or watch regular TV bulletin. I say this is wrong because for the last 5 months, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, 8 months. Our country's celebration, the special event about the day is 13 April.
Mm-hmm.
They live for all the country to watch it. For the people cannot go to directly to that place to watch it. And I could see a lot of youngsters, they try their best to go to the place and watch by their eyes, and for the people they are far away, they just watch the live. And in that event, the news they publish the one of the free news. They're not for sales. They put it for free. It's the poster of that day. I see there are lots of youngsters. They go around the cities to just claim it. Same as me. Some of day we not have anything, but we feel very like fun, because that is a very special souvenirs. And the last thing is the only news they might be interested is entertainment news is almost correct, because some people or youngsters, they're not really into entertainment news. They're just into like sports, cars, toys, or something around it. But almost of the youngsters, they addicted to entertainment news and dramas.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good answer. Thank you. So he already mentioned all the 3 points with clear explanation, so that's really good, and also with some examples, right? So that's what you should do when you answer some kind of questions like this. Okay? Good. Now let's move on to the last one. Quote D. I would only use social media sites to check entertainment news. I wouldn't trust it for any serious news, such as crime or politics. For those topics, I only rely on television bulletins. So if you agree with this, then if you say you agree with this, then that means you also don't really trust the social media sites for any serious news like crime and politics, something like that. Okay, and anytime if you want to search for information related to crime or politics, you would go to to watch some television bulletins. If you agree with that. If you disagree, then you say, oh no, I totally disagree. Now for all of the news, even the serious news, I would watch everything on YouTube or social media, Facebook and TikTok, and I trust everything or something like that. Okay? Now please discuss. Like program or channel.
I still disagree with this quote, because nowadays social media, they have a lot of pages that have a high rebellities, and they give correct serious news. They don't give fake news, spam news, and they give a lot of like about technology news, crime and points news, entertainment news, but all of the same they have is they give the correct and newest news they could have. They not give the spam or fake news.
The news on television.
The fact
Then on
social media is not just
some news
used for see some of the news. Social media, the first thing that social media was born is for entertainment and for like having more friends around, like in abroad or just around the place you live. So I disagree with this quote.
In my opinion, I think I also disagree to this quote because the social media site not only to entertainment news, but also have some official channels to post the official and concise news. Like in Facebook, we have one channel with the blue ticks, and in TikTok we have good here. In Giúp, the news about traffic, education,
That if you use
which is
TikTok or YouTube, you can see many information.
more
Some
concise
channel they will say
than the order.
like
And about the television contents, we can
different
have
information.
correct
If you watch another channel,
information
you will
about
see
those topics. But
different
it is
one.
not as convenient as the
I
social
think
media,
that's not
which you can use the smartphone and check it whenever and wherever.
so many people only rely on the television ability.
Alright, finished. Now, who's next? You? Okay, go. D.
In my opinion, I agree with that quote because now people they use social media site to check entertainment news a lot, and some people they will trust about that information, but some people they don't trust about that because they only reputation they only rely about the information in the television bulletins because maybe I think they think it's reputation, so they really rely on that, and the social media site is sometimes they have a wrong information, so if the people read that they don't read carefully, they will trust that information, and maybe they will have
It's okay. Keep going, don't stop. Just trust the wrong information or trust some fake news. Okay, it's alright. Now let's move on to the next exercise. Matching information. Exercise 4. Skim this text to understand the general meaning of each paragraph. Okay. So here they just say you need to skim this text. What does that mean? Yeah, just read through things very quickly. And it's very different from scan. Scan, what does that mean?
You just find for keyword. You scan the page for keyword.
No, that is skim. You skim the whole thing.
Oh no, the scan is you read the important thing for the answers.
Yeah, kind of you read in details. For example, first, normally you do skimming first. I mean, you read through everything to know, okay, when you should read carefully. And then you do scanning. I mean that you scan it. I mean, you read carefully and check for the information, okay? So now they just ask you to skim this. I mean, you need to read through this very quickly to understand kind of the general idea of these 4 paragraphs, what it is about, okay? Now do it quickly and then tell me. I'm going to give you like 3 minutes. Then you need to summarize it and tell me what it is about. So you read that as well. Read and tell me. Go. Okay, now paragraph A first. We don't go all. Now, I think that should be enough time for you to skim paragraph A only. Now, someone quickly tell me paragraph A. What is it about? Tell me quickly. You don't have that much time in the real exam, seriously. Okay.
I talk about a report by international news that is smartphone are the most popular way to access the news.
Yeah, something else. So that is the kind of the first part, right? Yes. So these days, so based on a report, okay, we know that these days smartphones are becoming like the ways for people to use to access news. So that is the first one. That's the first part. Now the second part, what is it about?
Just about the percentage of usage.
Yeah, they talk about the usage, right? And also they talk about this increase in some countries, such as the USA, Japan, or something like that. So you get the general idea, okay? And also they talk about the usage. They talk about some countries and the usage, and also they talk about smartphones, okay? Now, paragraph B, skim quickly and tell me. Done? Finished? Then skim quickly. Go. Yeah? Yeah, someone please tell me. Someone quickly tell me what is it about. Only the general idea, not the detail. I don't need any kind of specific number or anything. I just need the general idea. Someone? The general idea, what is that? So first of all, you see, they say what? The number of people using tablets to access the news is decreasing the most in most countries. More sophisticated smartphones are reducing the need for the portable devices. And then they give some examples, like over half, 50% still consider using the laptop or desktop. But this is a decrease of 8% from last year. So generally what happened? I mean that these days more and more people are using smartphones instead of some other portable devices, including laptops and desktops, like that. So that's the general idea. Now see quickly, guys, read that and tell me just the general idea quickly. Go. Did you get the idea? Can someone tell me the general idea of this? What is it about? You must practice this skill, okay? What is it about? Because in the real test, this part normally is very long. You must be able to kind of summarize that, okay? Just to get the general idea. What is it about?
The report review average people, just you a small number of just the news sources.
Yeah. So these reports, they reviews what? Like they say that people only trust maybe just a couple of news resources. They only trust a couple of news resources. For example, like in the UK, like 51% they just trust like BBC app. Okay, and the average is like 1.52 per person. That means that one person, they only trust maybe one or two news resources, not everything. So that's kind of the general idea. Yeah? Okay. Now let's move on to D. Fast. Okay, what is it about? Someone, please.
It's about survey across all country. With 25% state that smartphone was the main device to access digital news.
Yeah.
With the age under 35.
Yeah. That is the first part. What is the second part? Also important.
Is they just use one device rather than a combination of 2 and 3.
No, that's wrong. The conclusion is wrong. The overall trend, however, is not to use just one digital device to access the news, but rather a combination of 2 or 3. So here, this one, in short, what is it about? It's saying that smartphones are the kind of devices people use to access the news online, and that keep increasing, okay, over many countries in this survey, okay, especially for people under 35. And then the conclusion, even though like the smartphone, people are using smartphones much more frequently compared with the other devices, but in general, people still use not only just one device, not only smartphone, but that is the combination of maybe 2 or 3 different devices. So that is the general idea. That's what we get after reading or skimming that. Okay. So now you got kind of the general ideas of each paragraph here. Now let's do the next one. Which paragraphs A to D contain this information? You may write any letter more than once. That means that paragraph A may contain like maybe two types of information here. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Now read that and do it. So that's correct. Go on. All right, guys. For example, number 1. Other ways news is accessed online. Where can you find this? B, right? The answer is B. Why do you know?
Because you can see a lot of lights like tablets, smartphones, desktop, laptop,
Yeah. So other ways news is accessed online, not only smartphones, right? But you can use some other portable devices. You can see they use the word other portable devices. Laptops, desktops. Okay? And tablets. Okay? So that's B. Now go on with 2, 3, and 4. Right, finished? Number 2, what's the answer? A. Over half of smartphone users access news via their phones or via their phones. Thiên Nga, where can you find information?
In paragraph A,
Mm-hmm.
the line number 3 from the bottom.
Yeah.
Furthermore, 66% of smartphone users are now using the device for news on a weekly basis.
Yes, that's right. Furthermore, 66% of smartphone users are now using the device for news on a weekly basis. That means that over half of smartphone users access news via their phones. Okay? Now, over half of smartphone users, why do we know that is over half of smartphone users?
37%.
No, that's not.
Because 66%.
Yes, 66%. That means over half. Because half that is 50%, right? So 66% means over half. Paragraph A. You can underline that. Okay? Now number 3, what's the answer? D. The most popular way to access the news digitally is by using several methods. The answer is D. Ngọc Anh, tell me why, where? Quỳnh Anh.
I like to 25% say that their smartphone was the main device used for accessing digital news.
25% stated that their smartphone was the main device used for accessing digital news. No, it's not the same as the most popular way. Here, read that again. The most popular way to access the news digitally is by using several methods. Alright, so where's that?
The last line, but rather is not to use just one digital device to access the news, but rather a combination of two or three.
Yes. The overall trend, however, is not to use just one digital device to access the news, but rather a combination of two or three. A combination of two or three means using several methods. Okay? So that's why the answer is D. And that's also, they say, the most popular way. Now, the most popular way to access the news. Why do we know the combination of two or three is the most popular way? Which phrase means the most popular way to access the news? Which way? Which one?
One digital device to access.
No. Which phrase means the most popular way? Cụm từ nào có ý nghĩa tương đồng với the most popular way to access the news digitally? Trong paragraph D, tell me, guys.
Overall trend.
Yes, the overall trend. Because before that, they say this is particularly true of those aged under 35 with the figure rising to 41%, right? And then they say the overall trend. The overall trend, however, is not to use just one, because when you talk about the trend, that means that you are talking about the most common way or the most popular way. You understand? Okay. Now, number 4, what's the answer?
C.
C?
D.
D?
B.
How about the others?
B.
C or D? Which one? C or D?
D.
What? How about the others? You don't have your own answer? The answer is D. D. The answer is D, not C. The younger generation are more likely to use their smartphone to access the news. The answer is D. Right? Okay, tự, where is that?
The first thing we have smartphone and land device used for accessing digital news. This means more likely to use their smartphone to access the news. And the younger generation, similar to age under 35.
Yeah, age under 35, that means the younger generation, okay? And are more likely to use the smartphone to access the news. So here they say 25% stated that their smartphones was the main device used for accessing digital news, an increase of 20% since last year. This is particularly true of those aged under 35, with the figure rising to 41%. That means 41% of people aged under 35 use smartphone as the main way to access the digital news. So the answer is D, okay? Now, Sub, you chose C, right? Why? Why did you choose C? Tell me, why? That means they must trick you somewhere, right? Why did you choose C? Any reason? Oh, you chose C because you like it? What? Okay, now you understand, right? So there's no information about, the key thing here is the younger generation. In C, you don't see any younger generation, right? You don't see anything related to younger generation. No, only in D. Yeah, got it? Okay, guys, now any words, anything you don't understand, please ask. Any word, any phrase, anything.
What's the line number 7?
Yeah.
Rising.
Figure. With the figure rising to 41%. Figure, what does that mean, guys?
It's meaning a number.
Number. Yes, number. Data or number. Yes, normally in writing task 1 or based on some chart or graph, figure means number. So with the number rising to 41%. Anything else?
What means threat?
Which paragraph?
That paragraph underline. Underline.
Below that. Which one?
The first letter under that sentence.
Under that sentence with the figure rising to 41%.
And the other threat.
Where is that? Which one? Trend. The overall trend. Trend, what does that mean, guys? Trend. If you use TikTok, YouTube or something, you must see the word trend so many times. What? Yeah, trend, that means some kind of the most popular way or the most common way or thing. Here they say the overall trend, that means like the common way or the common thing, the most popular way or most popular thing. Okay? Anything else? For example, like paragraph A, line number 2, reviews. Reviews, what does that mean?
Reveal, like you show them.
Okay, shows. Okay. Something, guys, anything.
Essay, word tears, get behind that word.
That's just the name that comes under the agency. Agency routers, that's just the name. How about the phrase, paragraph A, the last line, for news on a weekly basis. 66% of smartphone users are now using the device for news on a weekly basis. On a weekly basis, what does that mean?
What does basis mean?
That means they show the news every week.
Yeah, weekly. So you underline the whole phrase. On a weekly basis means weekly or every week. You also have another phrase called on a daily basis. Daily basis means every day. Yeah. Okay, got it?
What does basis mean?
You don't look at one word here. So we need the meaning of the whole phrase. So underline that on a weekly basis. The whole phrase means weekly or every week. Okay? Alright guys, that's it for today.